Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm Annie, and this is how I am navigating 40 plus. In this video, I wanted to share with you a few things that I have learned about friendships over my few years. My few years, not many years. I have several friends, a handful that I've had for years and years and years. And I think the key to those relationships is that we met when I first moved to where I live now, and I was 12. And they were some of my first friends. One I met when I was about 14. But the key to these relationships is that we all live very far apart. And we just kind of check in on each other every now and then. But it's easier to maintain a friendship when you are not around each other all the time. Those are some of my longest lasting relationships, and we're talking over 20 years. One of those that I am thinking of actually lives in town, but her schedule has been insane ever since she started having children. So that kind of puts us in the same boat as with my friends that live far away. But anyway, getting to the meat of this video is that women are just hard to have relationships with, I think, sometimes. The women that are around in this area that I've tried to be friends with, a lot of it is so fake. And I do live in the South. I live in America, and I live in the South in America. And if you know anything about that, then you know that being fake is kind of a Southern thing. I learned that when we moved here. One of my friends came to my birthday party and was like, "Oh, I hate this girl that was pulling up," and said this to me and my mom. And then she was like, "But watch this." And she went over when the girl got out of the car and was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're here, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, but that was my first experience with Southern fake. And it has happened to me several times because that's just the way people are. It's unfair, I think. Personally, I would rather you not talk to me and not pretend to be my friend if you're not actually my friend. Like, why even bother? That makes no sense to me. Why do you want to pretend to be my friend when you're actually not my friend? And then to think somebody is your friend and you find out from multiple other sources that also talk to this person that they talk terrible about you behind your back. Talk about your house, talk about your kids, talk about your clothes, talk about what cars you drive, and like you realize that they're in such competition with you that you didn't even know that you were in a competition, and it drives me insane. Just don't even pretend. Why waste your time and why waste my time? Like, even pretending that you like me, like, why even talk to me? Why come and hang out with me? Why do things with me and my kids? Why do we go to the park with our children together if you secretly can't stand me? What is wrong with you? I don't do this to people. If I am being your friend and hanging out with you, it's because I want to be your friend and hang out with you. I'm not gonna waste my time pretending to be someone's friend when I don't like that person. And I'm definitely not gonna have my kids hang around with you and your kids if I don't like you. I don't care if it's a family member or a friend. Don't waste my time. I think it is very cruel to do that to people because it just really hurts their feelings. I know it hurts my feelings when I find out that somebody that I thought liked me actually hates me and is in competition with me and talks about me bad behind my back because I trusted that person and I thought that that person was my friend, and they're not. And then I have to wrap my head around that. Like, how can you pretend to be somebody's friend? Anyway, that's been my experience. And if you have a friend that you know doesn't talk about you behind your back and has your back, then you need to make sure that you keep that friend around, because that is so very rare, at least in my experience, to have somebody that if somebody is talking bad about you and that person is around, they're gonna shut that down because they are your friend. Not interact with it and join in and also talk bad about you. A real friend doesn't do that. A real friend is always there. And a real friend will answer a phone call or a text message, even if it's not right away, because we all know as mothers, we get sidetracked, we have things going on in our lives. But if it's your friend, that friend is going to be on your mind, so you're going to think about it and then respond, or you be the first one to just shoot a quick message. I mean, it takes like a second, right? So if you have somebody that is not answering you and ignoring you, that is also not your friend. If a person is only ever talking about themselves and never ask you about yourself, or they know that you're going through things and they're only talking about what they're dealing with and never trying to be there for you, that is also not your friend. Your friends should also care about you. They don't do vindictive things. They don't do something to hurt you on purpose. They know something is bothering you in your life, so then they do that thing to you or put it in your face. Avoid those kinds of people. But if you have that rare friend that has your back and loves you whether you're around or not, or no matter how long it's been since you've talked to each other, that is the kind of friend you keep. This is what I have learned and what I've experienced in friendship in my 40 plus years. So as I navigate into this other half of my life, I'm going to take that knowledge with me, and I'm going to pay attention to every new friendship and every new relationship I come across. Because if we don't take what we've learned in the past with us in the future, then what is the point of doing all this learning and having to go through all of this stuff? Anyway, I am so glad for anyone who has stopped by to check this channel out and watch this video. If you have any questions, comment down below and I will answer to the best of my ability. I hope that you guys have a fantastic day. Bye, y'all.